Who's the next Lamar Jackson? I'm telling you, the NFL's a copycat league. It always has been. It's more full of followers than it is innovators. Who has got the current formula? Who's winning? We're going to wait because it's going to be very much predicated on who wins the Super Bowl. Who will be the model that everybody else copies? You know, when the Seahawks won heavy with defense, everybody invested in their defense. When the Cowboys have come up through the league with an offensive line and running backs, you can see people copy that model. When the league moves to a pass-first league, air it out, all of a sudden, offensive coordinators like Sean McVay proliferate around the league to the extent that Cliff Kingsbury fails in the collegiate level and succeeds, not just gets hired, but now I think it's fair to say is succeeding at the NFL level. And in fact, Cliff Kingsbury is kind of the point. What's going on with Kyler Murray should be eye-opening. The guy is playing well. We don't talk about the Cardinals much. And I've had it on my list several times. Nuno and Pat and Bubba can tell you we have our pre-show meetings, and it's been on my list for, honestly, a while now. Like, hey, something's happening in the desert. That offense is looking pretty good. Kyler is coming together. Kingsbury's doing a pretty good job. They don't have everything they need yet, but it's working. And, of course, I don't have to tell you about Lamar Jackson setting the league on fire. The point is, if the league does reconcile itself to the fact it isn't going to come to an end, Lamar Jackson's not going to take this career-ending hit this season. They're going to start opening their mind up to other quarterbacks who play the game the way he does. Now, Lamar is a unicorn. No one really is Lamar. So don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm saying, oh, just grab yourself another Lamar Jackson. No. I'm not saying that. But it's a copycat league. People will try. They'll look. Kyler's mobile. Kyler is somebody that's funny says Deshaun Watson's mobile, can create things with his legs. Dak Prescott, while he doesn't run that much, he can. And it's a total game changer for a team that has a quarterback like that. So what you'll see, my point is inflation. In a copycat league, what you'll see is quarterbacks who can approximate that kind of model, if not exactly Lamar Jackson, in that vein, will see their value increase. That's literally the definition of inflation. Everybody chasing one thing rises the price of others. So who would benefit? Who in the collegiate level might see their draft stock rise over the next year or two because of the success of Lamar Jackson? I got 3 names that interest me, okay? One is obvious, one is a year away, and one is not so obvious. The obvious name is Jalen Hurts, quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, Jalen is not Lamar Jackson. I've been told by some guys that are deep in the draft, Jalen ran like a 4.6 at Alabama. So we're not talking about a speedster here. But if you watch an Oklahoma game, he definitely creates with his legs. Mostly up the gut, through the middle. He's big. He's strong. He can take a hit. I still have questions about Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. I don't see him making multiple reads, going through progressions. I see him taking quick reads, dumping off. Is the NFL moving that way and making that easier? Maybe. But whether or not Jalen is going to be a good pro or not really isn't what we're talking about here. We're talking about, will Jalen's value inflate because of Lamar Jackson? And I think the answer is clearly yes. Another name, although he's further off, Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields. I think there's no doubt Justin has his own value that will be simply a product of how good he's been since he transferred from Georgia to Ohio State. But Lamar Jackson's success, I know Justin Fields isn't exactly in the Lamar Jackson mode, not in size, not in game, but he's mobile, creates with his legs, and that's the exact quality that we'll see inflation over the next couple of years in the NFL draft. And then finally, I really have not seen this name, and I love mock drafts, and I bury myself in big boards and in mock drafts, and I go to it way too early. And I haven't seen this name mentioned as a guy for the 2020 draft, but I've watched a couple games this year by Utah, and I've come away impressed with Tyler Huntley. And I was looking at QBR rankings and collegiate quarterbacks and expected points added, and I was looking at who's high in expected points added through the pass and expected points added through the run, and who's got both. And Tyler Huntley has both. Completes like 70% of his passes, can create on the ground. I'm not telling you he's going to be a first-round draft pick. I'm not telling you that. No draft experts right now are talking Tyler Huntley up. And maybe I'm wrong. I actually texted one of them today. I don't think you'd mind. Matt Miller from Bleacher Report. He said, yeah, got to put some work in checking out Tyler Huntley because he agreed with the premise that guys will start seeing some inflation. It's really, honestly, the antithesis of, say, Justin Herbert from Oregon. Now, Herbert's going to be a big-time draft prospect. He's going to go high, especially now that Tua's out. But I think guys like Hurts and Huntley and Fields will see their value increase because of the success of Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.